All right, guys, and welcome back to the Black Love Club. I'm Nikki Talks, your host today, and also, of course, I got Richard Roots in the building, and Prime is in the building. Of course, you guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I'm so excited. Happy Wednesday! I hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. I hope your day is going well. Yeah. So, welcome back, you guys. Welcome back. Um, so I am about to. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
Oh, okay, cool. I just making sure. But yes, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. How is your day going? How is your day going? You guys, today I am tired.
Yes.
Prime was like, he was like, I can tell that you're tired.
I was like, yeah, you gotta have some more energy. We gotta, get some energy going. Just a little
I
bit
am
tired.
I am trying. I've been up since 5 in the morning. Not me. That is
5 in the
not me.
morning.
Mm.
That is not me. Like being up that early, that is insane. So, but yeah.
Now I've gotten used to getting up early now. If I'm not up until like I guess time normal people get up, I feel like I'm behind in my days. So yeah, it's kind of a
Oh,
regular occurrence for me.
I mean, actually, I do enjoy getting up early. Like I was telling you guys, I enjoy getting up early because I'm so productive. There's so much things I get done. Whether it's clothes being like I could probably wash a whole load of clothes, fold it, wash, dry, fold everything, and but
Ooh, you
I
make your
just
morning sound boring. I mean productive, but boring.
no, I'm just like getting things done. Like breakfast is being made, like everything is being done. Dishes are out the dishwasher. Everything is like
You
getting
making me want to
done.
sleep in.
Like I can get a lot done, but at the same time, waking up at 5,
Nah, waking up
yeah.
at 5, you get the most beautiful thing in the world. You get quiet.
I know, bro.
You
People
get
who
up.
say that they're not morning people, I'm like, why?
They don't
You
understand.
haven't tasted life yet.
Mm-mm. You just don't understand till you get that morning quiet,
Yeah.
and then you sit back and you have your phone sitting next to you and be like, man, ain't nobody messaged me in a minute. They all sleep.
Well, you know what I discovered too? I discovered that most of us really aren't like really morning people. Like because when you think about it, like in the morning we wake up early so that we can have peace. So we don't like we don't wake up in the morning and be like, where everybody at? What you doing? We want to wake up early so we can reflect and prepare ourselves for the world and our interactions with other people.
Well,
So yeah, one day somebody made me
I'm
realize
a.
that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna see how it's gonna go tomorrow. I mean, I gotta do it again, And if y'all don't know, this is my news for the week. We're homeschooling parents, right? And we homeschool for several years. My daughter's in the second grade now. But my daughter recently had a request, and she wanted to go to school. And it was kind of like type of thing or whatever. But yeah,
You could be honest. You sitting up thinking like, what, am I not good enough? What, am I not teaching you well? Am I not preparing you? You want to go find somebody else? You know what? Fine.
My
exactly.
baby says she wants some friends. She said tired of these adult
But
friends.
she has other things that she's doing. And like this year I was like definitely like I was telling one of my friends, like I had it planned out. Like I literally was going to have, like I had the homeschool meetups planned. I had the
She did.
extracurricular activities planned for
She did.
everybody. Like just ready. I was prepared this homeschool
She
season.
was.
Thank you. Thank you. I was so prepared. And I
Prime
was
is
gonna
like,
work it out. Like I had already stressed, cried to him and everything. Like I did all that in
and
vain
she
now.
did.
And I was ready, y'all. I was so ready to like dominate this school year. And
Mm.
she, accept. Like I
She
like to
was.
give them the option. Now obviously if it's something that we are like nah against, but at the same time, okay, yeah, let's, you can experience it because these you could say you experienced it. Now when we always do this, I don't think that this is something that I always I like to know exactly what they're learning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm just like I want to go talk to the teacher now. Like, well, what I need to know what they're learning every day because I want to, like, I've been in charge of her education for this long, so I need to know that she is learning what she's not doing good at, so I can, like, she's used to getting things, I guess, done in a certain amount of time,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, y'all, it's a challenge, you guys. How y'all doing?
No, it definitely sounds like a challenge, and that's a interesting decision to really make.
Hmm.
I've thought about it a few times, but if like if you were to go about homeschooling, I do think that there is a certain social aspect that you got to consider.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's kind of always kind of floating in the back of my mind is that, while you're kind of protecting their development in a certain way, kind of monitoring what they're ingesting in, you also have to be mindful that you're not the age group or the people that they're going to be living
Encounter.
with,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
and so I think there's a kind of a subtle jockeying there. And so I mean, I'm sure you guys did your due diligence and everything, so
Yeah.
I'm hoping everything goes off for the best.
We don't want
Thank
them to
you.
become socially awkward like me.
He's so silly. Yeah, but no, and they have friends and stuff like that. Like I tell you, this year I had it planned. I have a friend, she homeschools. I was like, I was gonna plan to do like a lot of meetups with her because my daughter, her and her daughter, they like good friends, so
Mm-hmm.
they're like really good. And like I was planning on doing a Girl Scout troop. All that, like I was doing so much, and I still want to do the Girl Scout troop. I'm just waiting for the Girl Scout people to
And with
email
everything
me
you had
back.
planned, why didn't you just move it to next year?
I don't I don't know. You know, I
More
You,
planning time.
it's funny because I think if this was the other way around and you was leading this and you had all of these activities and stuff set up, they was gonna wait another year.
I don't know. We're
It's more
gonna see
planning
how it go
time.
because see the thing is we're travelers too. So we
Mm-hmm.
travel like, we travel a lot of times for work sometimes too. So it's just like I don't know how it's gonna go. I want to get the experience, but I explained to her, like, I laid out everything on the line. Like I laid it out. Like I'm very upfront. I'm very like,
She is.
I'm gonna lay it out. This is exactly how it's gonna go. I'm
She
not trying to
did.
scare you out of a decision. I'm not trying to push you to make a decision. I just want to give you what to look for. That not no sugarcoated anything, just straight out. So yeah. But yeah, Kyle said for 5 years now, it's been the best decision. She's been homeschooling.
Mm.
You
So
know,
I got a question, and
but
this is kind of in jest, but not really. As homeschoolers, when you like have like this homeschooling community, is it a group of socially awkward kids, or is there like some who
no,
are socially like? How does that work out?
no, it
I
the
feel like this is a
kids.
serious
The
question.
kids, no, the kids are one. First of all, I feel like homeschooling kids are very well behaved, right?
Well,
That's
yeah,
they're
because they mamas are there.
no, no, because no, that's not true. Everybody knows when I send Layla with somebody, like she went to a sleepover,
Mm-hmm.
and the mom was like, she was the best behaved kid. She was the best behaved kid, right? She was
Mm-hmm.
like, there was other kids that I was like, whoa, you know, like your
Whoa,
mom might gotta come back, but like she was like,
she broke it.
the best behaved kid.
Did you
Um,
say she's
but
broken?
she's been other places, and people always say she's like
You
the
weren't supposed to say
best.
that.
She's a helper. She's the best behaved. So I'm looking to hear the same thing from school and everything like that. Um, but that's just her person too. So like that's just her, like she's just really like that cool. Now Jojo, I mean nobody ever had a problem with Jojo. Jojo's
JoJo
quiet.
chill
Yeah,
and
he's real
quiet.
chill,
Yeah.
quiet. So it's like nobody care. But the kids, but then you also have like kids who may have a little more discipline problems or whatever. You have like all type of kids.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I do love about homeschooling as I feel like kids are themselves. Like they have never had to say feel peer pressured into being somebody else. So sometimes in school, you have to act a certain way so you can be cool, so you won't be talked about or something like that. So it's like you don't have to do that. Once you get to a certain grade level, it's like some people are just themselves, but some people are peer pressured into being something that they're not, or treating somebody. So like these kids are kids who are just themselves. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
you so essentially you become a product of your environment. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our kids being themselves, I really think that they just really become extensions of us.
Yeah,
You
that's what I
know?
was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys have an influence too, and
Hmm.
I think like the biggest responsibility of a kid is to figure out how to get the adults around them to do what they want.
Right. Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
ultimate
Yeah.
responsibility of the kids. Be likable.
Yeah.
And so to a degree, your influence is also dictates a bit of why they are the way that
A
they are.
lot. Yeah.
that's true.
Like y'all said, they are smart and outgoing. They actually know themselves, discover what they want to do in life and more. Yeah, they discover it a whole lot earlier than kids who go to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Layla, she has a plethora of things she want to do.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna have to talk about it a little bit differently. We're gonna have to reroute it because
Baby, you can't do it
you
all.
can't do it all. Like especially
Hmm.
like when I had you for all day is the difference. But now it's like, okay, we got this. And also I want you to, if you're gonna be in school, like I told her, we're excelling, we're not being average. So it's like that. But but she doesn't want to be average at all. Like homeschooling her is like if she gets something wrong, she's like so upset. She distraught, like, oh, I got it wrong. You're like, no, it's okay. So I do want her to learn how to be okay with don't just accept just being wrong, but also just being okay knowing that, okay, I can do better next time. Let it be motivating versus let it
Right. It
bring
shouldn't
you
be
down.
crippling.
Yeah. So, but yeah, y'all, look, we talking about homeschooling. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? So, look, I got some news for y'all today. I don't know if y'all heard about in the news, but I had seen this the other day, and I forgot that I seen it. But Shakari Richardson, she's been in the and this
Locked
is
up, they won't
this
let me
is
out.
actually a really,
They
I feel
won't
like,
let me
important
out.
topic because a lot of times when we talk about domestic abuse and violence, and we talk about that, we talk about it from the woman's point of view of them being abused by the man, but very seldom do we talk about the man being abused by the woman. And there's several times I've seen it in person. I remember we was driving down the street
Hmm.
and we seen that that lady was running after that man. She was drawing his stuff out and running after
Yeah, that
him,
was
hitting
just
him and all
about
that.
last month or something like that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was crazy. But I mean, chasing them down the street.
Oh, I got another example of domestic abuse, but I'm gonna wait till you finish.
But we don't talk about that. And
Hmm.
Shakari Richardson, um, who's an Olympian, she was in the uh, headlines because she had in the airport. Her and her boyfriend, they were traveling through, and you can see that he was like trying to de-escalate the situation and walk away, and she was just kind of like hitting him, like chasing after him, like
Hmm. Hmm.
I can only imagine what she was saying, but it was happening. And it one, I feel like it's kind of like dehuman, like a man, like it makes him feel less than, to do that, especially in public. You like out of all places in public, in front of all people, you know, and like, let me. What's your thoughts, Brian? Because I know you got some
She
thoughts.
beat him up.
Well,
Like,
she didn't beat him up, but
She was more like rough with
she
him.
was just really
mm.
rough, pointing in his face, pushing him, shoving him, and stuff like
It'd be
that.
grounds for domestic
Oh
violence.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what it was. It was domestic violence, and that's a
she beat
problem.
up his ego.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So here's the thing. This has been going on for quite a while. Because I remember the Ray Rice situation. Like that whole interaction was on video where like not only was she hitting, calling this man out his name, spitting his face, and then he eventually, as much as he could handle, and then eventually ended up dropping her.
The
And
football player.
and then his whole life was over after that.
Mm.
Mm.
And so it's kind of just how it operates. And then the idea is that as a man, it's like, well, it's just bruising your ego, you're not in any real danger. But here's the problem with this is that as men are now, well, not only have people have been trying to encourage men to be more and more in tune with their emotions, be a bit more vulnerable. And unfortunately, it seems like the women are kind of taking advantage of this, as some men would have said that they could have foresaw coming.
Mm.
That what's going to happen in these situations is that explosion is going to come faster and sooner. So if
Right.
you've been paying attention to social media, the amount of times you're seeing young men or men in general hitting women has increased.
Mm.
And it's, I believe, direct relation to situations like this. Like,
Mm.
if you can see video and see that, this she is being difficult, I'm doing my best to avoid the situation, and I'm at this point, I'm just defending myself, and I still get chastised for it. Well, I'm not gonna let you do all of that to me. There's nobody coming to the man's rescue.
Yeah.
And it's not enough that it's in public and that hurts his ego, but it's also, it's like that. We talked about this, and I was like, your blood pressure picks up. Your fight or flight instincts kick in after a certain level of disrespect.
Right.
And so you're gearing up for a fight. And the more you do that and don't actually fight, that has ramifications on your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if y'all saw it, but Kev on stage had posted this video. Of course, it was like viral. But this man, he was kind of a smaller man. His girl looked like she was a little bit bigger than him. But he was carrying her through water. You saw it.
Yes.
Okay, so my initial response was to laugh. I was like, oh, man, that's the worst place to be for a man. Until I read the comments. So let me explain to y'all what happened.
Before you say that, when you say that's the worst place to be, are you talking about, you said that at the end of the video or him carrying her through the water? Because what happened at the end of the video.
When I said it, I know. No. I get. No, so the worst place, when I first saw the video, the part where I said it was the worst place to be for a man was in fact, when Kev on stage said it, I was like, yeah, I agree. That's what I thought he was talking about. Dropping the woman and fighting to get her back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, well, let me tell y'all a story. So this gentleman, he was, and I'm gonna call him a gentleman because that's what he is. Shout out to the guy. But he was carrying this woman.
Okay.
He was carrying this woman through the water. He was trying to be a gentleman. Apparently, he thought the woman loved him as much as she loved him. Y'all know what I mean. So he slipped and fell. So he slipped and fell. When he slipped and fell, the woman fell too, and she got lost in the current. So he's like trying his hardest to grab this woman, to get this woman. And the woman, she gets up out of the water, finally finds her balance, and she starts like pushing and hitting him. Like, get away from me, ninja.
Mm-hmm.
So another man, bigger, stronger, grabbed her with ease. Because the other guy, he was kind of shorter, he wasn't too strong. But this big old muscular guy grabbed his woman and took her to shore, and it was happily ever after. So I went into the comment section and everybody was just like laughing at this man and they were like talking about him. And I'm like, dang, not one person mentioned the fact that this man tried, like he's carrying her, knowing that she's bigger than him. Not she wasn't fat, but he was a small guy. But he's trying to get her to dry land and he falls and her response is,
this is such a nice way to describe that, but continue.
I'm going to beat him because I'm upset that you dropped me.
Mm-hmm.
And then another man came and took his problems away.
I'm sorry. I was looking for the video.
Oh, you was looking.
I have a problem. I gotta add this out because you never share any of the funny stuff with me.
I did.
No, you don't.
I told you that earlier.
You told me, but you don't share. I send him all the funny things that I see
you saying
on
like
Instagram.
share it? Look, like and shared it with her. She's like, I didn't share it with her. I'm like, okay.
He does not send me anything. So I'm like sitting on Kev on stage page right now, and I'm like looking through. I've lost focus of everything you were saying.
You know what? I wish I would have. I wish I would have shared it with you so we could have shared it with the audience.
Because I wanted kind of giggle.
You wanted to laugh too,
I
huh?
I
wanted
want
to
to giggle.
giggle,
But
you know.
it's
But it is a problem because when you told me about that initially, I was like, "How can you be mad at this man that he had to put in work to carry you?" Because
Oh,
if obviously you said she was a big girl.
no, she wasn't big. She was
Oh,
bigger than him though.
that
okay.
kind of make her big though.
Right, but she was. I mean, if y'all see her, y'all gonna be like, "Man, Richard Root said she was big." I'm
Well,
thinking
well,
200
Okay. See,
pounds.
I thought it was a fat girl.
No, no.
I'm
So the woman was probably about your size, but he was a what? Was smaller,
I'd say
bigger,
she was a nice sized woman.
bigger than my wife.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right. See, the guy was small.
He was a skinny man.
Like I think if you
I'm
rewatch that
I'm not
video,
talking about him. I'm
I
just
think
saying
that
I
guy
commend
looked a
him.
little bit. The dude was definitely short,
Yeah,
but the size of the guy that ended up picking her up,
he was huge.
you see how big she was in
No, so
comparison.
this is why I figured he was smaller and not that strong. He
Mhm.
was holding her on his back
Mhm.
instead of holding her in her arms. Like if I'm gonna carry Nikki, I'm gonna carry Nikki in my arms. I feel like she's more secure, and I have more control of the situation.
Right.
Uh, he had. That's why he slipped. She was on his back.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So the other guy, the strong guy, he carried her in the front.
He did. Carry
That's
her
what
in
a
the front.
strong man is gonna do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Add insult to injury on top of that. Yeah. But I think Nikki, I think as a woman, I think it would make sense that if this was your man and he carrying you through these stormy waters, even if that was a ridiculous thing to be doing in the first place. Because he knew he wasn't gonna be able to complete that mission. Like he should have known better.
Yeah, he should have known.
But so he
better.
still tried it, and then to drop you and then kind of lose you. I could understand how you just not as receptive to his previous duty. Because here's the thing: nobody gets credit for trying. Oh, this is what I'll tell you. Nobody gets credit for trying except typically women.
Bro,
So as a dude, you don't get credit for trying.
Man,
You got to complete the mission.
man, I'm not trying to laugh at dude because I do respect his attempt. Like again, he was trying to be a gentleman.
This is why
He
you get in the
said,
gym.
You know what? I don't want her exactly, but he said, my wife know my motive. You can't pick her up, don't pick her up. And I mean that. I hope you get it. But he was trying to be a gentleman. He was like, I'm not gonna even get her feet wet. I know I'm not that strong, but I'm gonna get her.
Her legs was in that water. He wasn't tall enough to keep her feet from getting wet.
And she probably got some splatters, but he was doing his thing.
You being so generous
That's
with this.
crazy.
Y'all gotta watch the
I'm
video.
just
If
so
you
upset he never
driving,
sent it to
if you
me.
driving right now, you're listening to us. Pull over right now and look up the video. I'm joking. You probably got somewhere to go.
Yeah.
But
Well,
don't
at
look
least
it
tell
up.
him to
Don't look it up while
pull
you
over
driving.
first. At
Yeah,
least
yeah.
tell him to
I
pull
did
over
say
first.
pull over. Yep, I say pull over and watch the video.
Woo-hoo.
But y'all, I'm telling y'all, it is funny. But I mean, if you put yourself in a man's shoes,
But it
may
shines a
not be
light on a
funny.
bigger situation. But I mean, obviously, Prime. Well, if Prime said that wasn't DV. I'm not. I'm just going to say it wasn't DV. I don't know. 'Cause
DV?
Prime-
What was
the-
the V?
domestic violence.
Oh, okay. Look, we
Oh, when
both
he
was
fell?
like DV. Oh, yeah,
When she fell in the water?
No, when she like
When she
hit
got
him.
up.
When she got up?
Oh no!
Like I said, I
think
see,
she was
he
just upset. I
feels-
don't think it was domestic.
Right.
I think
I
she was
just
just
feel
upset.
like, and she understandably is upset.
Obviously, it was probably
You think
people
that's
around. Was there
understandably
people around?
upset?
Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out. Let's say me and let's say Herbalist, for instance, was carrying you on a like a little gurney, right? And our responsibility is to get you from this room to that other room. And we cut a corner short and you fall. You not gonna have an issue?
No, I would not. I would be upset that I felt, but not with you guys because I'm like, if I felt like your intentions was wrong, yes. But if I felt like,
but
If I
but
felt
how
like
can
you
you judge
just
our
clumsy-
intentions? How can you judge our intentions?
because I know y'all.
But that's what I'm saying. Though.
Wait.
Her argument is-
Let me say this. I wouldn't let you carry me if I didn't trust your intentions. So if you carry me, you slip and fall, then I would assume ain't nowhere in the world she thought that man did that on purpose. Come on now, Prime.
I'm not
I mean,
saying,
I think she
go
was
ahead.
just more. Was there other people around?
I mean, it was only like a pretty pretty nasty flood. It looked like so. It was
Yeah.
people all out, like
I
the,
just
the guy
think
who
I thought
saved her
maybe
was
she
just on the
was.
side of the street, looking like, man, that was crazy. He was looking the whole time, like, man, I don't know if you can handle that.
I think maybe she was just embarrassed, and it was just a thing.
Yeah, but when you embarrassed, it doesn't give you a reason to beat on somebody because you like let it have been a man hitting that woman because he's embarrassed.
I mean, I agree with you. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it was right. I'm just saying I understand. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no,
Right.
I just think she was embarrassed. I don't think it was DV. I think DV probably. I don't know. We should have to have but Shakari's situation was domestic violence, and she's been getting a lot of backlash over that too. So, like I don't know if this
It
post was
was
fake.
DV.
Well, no, because I think it. I don't know. I don't know.
Would it have been DV
shared
if
the
it was a
video with you.
man?
Oh, you
Would
shared
it
the
have
video.
been
Oh, you
DV
shared
if
it.
it was
Okay,
a
okay.
man?
I'll read it.
Honestly,
Watch it.
would it have been DV if it was a man?
The reversing the Sakari.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
No, not Shakari. I'm talking about the woman carrying a man to the shore.
A woman
I
carrying.
mean, to the
That's
lane.
the problem. That's
see,
the problem.
that's the problem.
No, but
Now,
if it was,
what burly woman is going to be
if it
carrying
was,
a man?
Wow.
okay, let's just say it like this. He injured his ankle, and she's holding him on the neck. She's not carrying him. She's just helping him.
I'm trying to help your analogy.
And she trips and fall.
Let me help your analogy because I don't think you can do it with a man because we're just not held to the same standard. Let's say if it was with a woman and a child.
That's good.
Do you think we could have grounds to cause the child for, let's say, assault or battery for doing that?
If the child does it,
If the child got dropped off the mama's back, hit the ground, got up, had attitude, gave mama a couple pieces before she ran off with somebody else, would that have been a legal situation?
Wait. Y'all laughing at something else? I'm laughing at the
funny
video.
too, though. You missing it? Oh, you saw the video?
I'm just looking. I see why she hit that man.
I told you.
Yo, it looked like he tried to pull her back under. Like he was in like.
It was an
like-
epic fail.
Y'all gotta use
She
the
probably
bathroom.
was like, "Let me go."
I didn't come here to laugh like this.
I'll walk
Herbalist
myself.
Table say he missed the question. Now I'm gonna
Oh
ask
my
Herbalist
gosh.
Table because y'all been biased. All right, and I'm asking everybody. Look, y'all can call in too.
I think he said, "Don't miss the
Wait.
question."
Oh, okay, all right, but y'all can call in. The number is 918-856-3873. Y'all, we went
I'm
away
gonna put
from
it
regular programming just for me to prove this point.
Oh my god!
Again, it's 918-856-3873. Caller, you're on the air. No, I'm joking. Like, dang, they call fast. No, so I'm saying if a woman, same scenario,
Mm-hmm.
if a woman was helping a man, and this is realistic, let's say he injured himself and he started drowning. You know,
Okay.
so she's like helping him to the shore. She ain't picking him up. She not being Hercules. She Hawk, none of that. She's
Right.
just helping him to the shore.
Mm-hmm.
So while his arm is around her neck like this,
Okay.
she slips and she falls.
Right.
The current takes her,
Mm-hmm.
and she's trying to help him up,
Right.
but he keep on sinking, and the current is taking him.
Mm-hmm.
So if he gets up and he just start hitting her, I mean open hand, not fist,
Right.
open hand, just smacking her like
Mhm.
this, would that be assault?
Yes.
I don't think that's the same situation. Though.
I agree. I don't think. I also don't think that's the same situation.
It's not the same situation.
That's the
One,
exact
watching
same
here's the
video.
thing. Here's the reason. One, the woman could have walked in. She could have did this all by herself. So she wasn't definitely injured. She wasn't helpless. He just stepped outside of his league.
You're right. But let's just say that this woman wanted to be polite and say, you know what, I'm gonna treat this man like a princess.
Again, I just don't think it goes the other way around. I just don't think we're gonna view it the same.
Because whenever a man hits a woman, it's domestic violence.
Well, true, and I think that when a woman hits a man is domestic violence too. I'm not arguing that it's not. I'm
That
just
was-
saying I understand.
Oh, got you. Okay,
Like I said, I didn't say it was
Gotcha.
right. I just said I understand.
got you. Because I know. All right, let's get to the topic. Can we get to the topic?
I think. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the video, reviewing the video again. I think she was embarrassed because her dress kind of rised up and everything. So she was like all exposed. I think she
That
was just
happened in public.
frustrated
Yeah.
and embarrassed. That's all I think it was. I don't think that was domestic violence. I think that was just She was frustrated. She was like,
Put
like
put
that's
the camera
it.
on prime face. Oh, that's me. No, that's not. Come
That
on now.
wasn't. She was
So I
frustrated.
can
She
okay,
was in a.
okay,
She
all right.
wasn't
So
thinking right. She was
okay,
getting
so
swept in a
okay, so
current, a
if
dirty current
if
at that.
Prime attempts to save me and I gets embarrassed, not save me. Let's not. You know, Prime is just like, man, look, you got some nice shoes on. I'm going. This sounds stupid,
This is terrible.
but
Punt this whole
let's
analogy.
just say
Punt this whole
he
analogy.
tried to help me, right?
This is crazy.
Put the camera on me. Prime is trying to help me, y'all. So I fall in the water. Prime tried to catch me, but the current is taking me. Prime tried to save me. I get up and I start punching on Prime. Is that domestic violence?
No,
It's not.
well,
Well, no, because I think I don't know.
I'm embarrassed. My trunks came off.
You've lost this whole analogy.
Yeah, I know.
But
How? I'm losing. Am I missing?
I agree with you. I just think we need to get rid of your analogy. I don't, Nikki. That's kind of a weird. I don't know how you can say they in a relationship and she hitting on him for any justification and it's not domestic violence.
But I don't
Like
know.
I don't know where you get that pass from because you was one of the same group who was fully against my shoulder check argument.
No, I know. No, I'm just saying because this was just a frustrated moment. Like it was just a woman just being frustrated. I don't think it was domestic. Like I don't think she hits him all the time. I don't think she was hitting him to be abusive. I think she was just like frustrated. Like let me go. My dress all
But
up.
that's assault.
I think no, it's not. I think she was
No,
just frustrated in the
it's
moment.
literally.
But what if he
assault.
just was just one of those and she just didn't get back up? That's different.
No, that next.
All right.
It wasn't though. It really wasn't. I think she was
See,
frustrated.
look, Herbalist
She
Table
was
think y'all joking. He like,
It
come on,
was-
y'all gassing or something. Like, come on, man.
I'm
Nah,
dead
yeah.
serious. I think she was frustrated. Her body was exposed. She was what she kept falling. She was embarrassed. There was a
You
lot
know
of
what?
people
It
on the
still doesn't
sideline.
give
You know
you
what?
an
I'll
excuse.
you know what? Here,
I think she
I'll
was
give
just
both of
like-
y'all an out on this one before we switch topics.
Okay.
You could say it wasn't domestic violence because I'm pretty sure that relationship was over.
Yeah, because the other man, he
They
walked
was
off.
just-
With,
They was just.
hey,
friends.
I'm happy for the dude though, man.
They was
Get
just
you a
friends.
smaller woman though.
They were
A
just-
woman
Get
that
you a
can
smaller
carry.
woman, hit you
She
to the
wasn't,
gym.
but she wasn't like a big woman. She
No,
was a
no,
decent.
I'm
I
not
think
saying no. I'm
like I
not
said,
saying
she wasn't
that.
like a
She
huge
was-
woman, but she was big.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
She wasn't
he
a
Look at
needs-
the
small
video.
woman.
I'm saying he just needs to get a woman that he can carry if he's going to try to be a gentleman. Like if
You saying
gonna,
he need to punch in his weight class?
I need to.
that's what I'm saying. That's just fair. That's how I've always said that. If you can't pick up the woman, don't pick her up. Because for moments
But
like
you know
that,
what? That man fought for her. You know what? That man fought for her. He fought.
no,
for
and he
her.
did. But I'm not trying to down her,
You
brother.
know-
I'm really serious. Like because like my
Hold on,
dad
but this
said,
this is what it's like for a man, though. That's the reality of life.
my dad said his wife fell, and he it hurted him because there was nothing he can do to help her. He couldn't pick her up. He said he couldn't even get her back in the car. So I mean, that's why I'm saying, like, if you can't pick the woman up, don't pick her up.
Yeah.
Mm.
But like, it's sad, but that's just how the world is for men. Like it's a competitive world out here.
But yo, let's jump into the topic at 6:35.
I know we're gonna be getting some prime time requests in a few minutes. We ain't even the news portion just took us away.
But no, seriously. But actually, it was that video. It was funny. I'm gonna share it.
Yeah, I know it was me.
But what happened was we were talking about career and love. So choosing career over love. So basically, would you rather say I'm gonna focus on my career?
She took my job, y'all.
I'm sorry. Would
She
you
took
rather
my
focus
job,
on
y'all.
your career, or would you rather
She's still
find
taking
love?
my job, y'all.
We said it already. It's-
I like how she's just like, oh. I was like, oh,
For
man, she-
real, I'm like, pass the torch. Okay.
Oh my gosh! Would you rather? What would you rather? Career or love? Would you rather seek a career first or find love?
I want
first?
both.
Both at the same
I
time.
want both. Yeah, both at the same time. Career and love.
What about you, Prime?
career and love.
Or love?
Huh.
And in the comments, drop what would you rather? Would you rather start your career, get going and stuff like that, or find love first?
I think ideally you would want to find them. You'd want to find love early in the career. So I'd say both.
Mm. And give me your reasoning.
So I think sometimes we spend too much time trying to establish our career where we miss love. So I mean, you could spend like years. I mean, especially women. Um, and I'm saying this not as a shot to women, but according to what I'm seeing with the numbers, I'm
Mm-hmm.
seeing a lot of women are starting. They're starting to date at later ages now because they're trying to establish their career first.
Mm.
And at this point, you have passed up so many men. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
You know what? Now that I had a chance to think about it, definitely career, not love.
mhm. Yeah, I think most men would say that first. I think because men are like career driven. Like
Mm-hmm.
we feel like our value is like really tied to our career,
100%.
and
Because
that's why.
that's what women care about.
Right, right. What's funny is though when you, I have some statistics here. 24% of women say they feel neglected because of their partner's job. 26% of couples say work takes priority over their relationships. Couples who spend less than 2 hours of quality time per week have significant lower relationships satisfaction
Mm-hmm.
scores, right? So I think the problem is women have this pressure on men. Up society have pressure on men. I'm gonna say that society has pressure on men to be career driven, right? But when we become career driven, we forget how to be there for our family at times.
I think I don't want to outright dismiss that, but I would say that I think also I can never stay on the right side of this conversation. Um, Women like to have it all. Like we talked about the build a man sweepstakes. Like she
Mhm.
want them tall, she want them slightly hood, she want them smart, she want them religious, she want him a scammer on the weekends. She want him to have a 6-figure income and be at home all the time. Like the thing is that that's the kind of the duality of life. Like if he's gonna provide for you, he's got to be gone.
You know what? From personal experience, I would say that's true from what I've experienced. I remember I used to work over the road, and we used to make a lot of money working over the road.
Mm-hmm.
But my wife wanted me home a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved that, but it was like at the same time, it was like, damn, damn, you put me in a hard spot. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, in order to get the things that we want, the things that you want, the things that our family needs,
Mm-hmm.
I need to be out here,
Right.
but her valuing my time was also a good thing, but at the same time, I just thought it was like irrational.
Is a conflict of interest.
It is. It was. Yeah.
And so I think that that's really kind of what it boils down into. And granted, I think that each relationship is different. Each
Hmm.
temperament of people are different. So it's not to say that there's one or a right way or a wrong way to handle that. It's just something you guys have to figure out together. But I think that there is a constant strain that has to be managed in a relationship. Is that if you are going, and I think if you're going to be with a man, he's got to have a purpose. He's got to be he's got to have something working in finances, so that means he's going to be busy. And don't let social media fool you. There's not a ton of people who make a decent or a great income at home.
Right.
Like they made the majority of their money outside of the house, and now they're in their glory years where they're in the home. But they didn't start out that way. They were gone for 40, 60 hours a week. So that's just a part of the trade-offs.
So what did we say? What do we say to the men who are listening now or listening to the replays that say, I've realized that my 9 to 5 or my career have come between my marriage or my relationship. and I
After,
want to fix it, but I have to work.
Mm.
after you answer that, I want to say something.
Okay. I would say first you need to figure out if you have a 9 to 5 or a career.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have a 9 to 5, then you can find another one. So it might be you might just need to change things up enough to where things could work out. If it is a career, then I think you need to, in the same sense, you need to sit down and be able to have a in-depth conversation with your wife. Figure out what it is that's missing in this situation, and you also have to figure out what you missing in this situation too, because um, I think men have a tendency to retreat to obligation.
Mm-hmm.
So if part of the reason you may be working so long is because you're not wanting to be home. And so it may not be a problem with your job as much as your wife feels like you are not here.
Right.
Yeah. I think I was thinking about it, and we are just trying to think about career or love. And I think for women, because I had seen this video today and I was like, you know what, that make a lot of sense. And the lady said, um, one, she said men should forgive men have to forgive their wives for being women, right? Because women, we naturally want somebody to talk to. We naturally want somebody to kind of vent to. It's like a natural thing about us. We like to talk and stuff like that. And, and then she was also saying, and women have to forgive their husbands for being men because naturally men, they don't want to hear all that. They just want to, okay, well, do this. They want to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was just really, really good. And I was just thinking, I think before women, a career or whatever, a job or whatever you want to do, that's fine and dandy. But what I think women we really need to focus on is building like a good community. And I don't think we think about that because once you get married, you still need community, right? Because you can't vent to your husband all day, And then secondly, when you have kids, you need community, right? And I think a lot of times some women, and me myself included, I guess I wasn't as focused. A lot of times, sometimes we get married, we unfocus ourselves from that community and we focus just solely on our husband, which isn't bad, but at the same time, we thrive off of that type of interaction, being able to vent. And if how much I think better our relationships in our marriages will be if we didn't have to go to our husband's event. We had some sound friends. Like I mean, when I say finding friends, these are people who have wisdom. If women will focus, I think on that, like surrounding themselves with the right woman. I think that'd be. I don't know. So.
Well, I mean, it kind of goes back to to have a community. You need marriages. You need stable households.
Mhm.
You can't have a community with a few married people and a whole bunch of single people. That's
Mhm.
not really a community. So that's part of it. Is like there's not a lot of relationships going on. There's also the kind of comes back to the whole career over love thing. Is if I was gonna say as a woman, and this is to say is that you need to be able to provide for yourself. But I think if you're not chasing your imperative, if you're not chasing what you're designed to do, you will encounter depression and dissatisfaction. Like you
Right.
don't have another way around it. And in the very same way, I don't think a man can grow in this world without going through discomfort, without overcoming things, without building something, without getting recognized by his peers and other people he respects, without having a name, so to speak. I believe that man is destined for depression and is destined to, not be okay. He'll, you know, he's is going to show in his presentation something's wrong with him. I think women in the same way. If part of you is designed to get to for family,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be moving in that direction. So I would say the career has to be less valuable because it's not going to ultimately lead you to what you're searching for. Whereas as a
Mm-hmm.
man, my career is going to lead me closer to what I'm angling for.
Mhm. That's true.
But as the woman, is not going to.
That's
Those two are separate things.
that's why I said both, because the thing is, I don't want to I don't want to get so into my career
Mm-hmm.
where I'm missing love, because I mean, what's 60 hours a week for 20, 30 years, and then accomplishing success but not having anyone to share it with, because I
Fair.
eventually lost the person that I was building with. So I mean, if I'm saying I'm doing all of this to build for my family, then I have to consider the fact that I can possibly lose them in the process of pursuing my career. So all I'm suggesting is that we we consider how much time we give towards our career and how much time we give to our loved ones.
No, I think that's fair, but I also think life is about sacrifice in a lot of situations. And Herbert's table made a good point. He was like, he said, I would pick a career because I can usually find love within my career,
Mm,
and not necessarily just because you're chasing love may not necessarily lead you to a career. So I think that's a valid point. But he also
it
said,
is.
this is part of that for that time thing is why he encourages men to get into entrepreneurship. When you can stop trading your time for money, it gives you a little bit more free time to spend with your family. And I think it's also good. The wives should help. I think that's the ideal thing, is that we live in a space where our women have more education than ever, more skills
Hmm.
than ever. The idea isn't to sit them at home, which they obviously don't want to do,
Right.
even though there's this weird soft girl era thing. But they don't really want to just sit at home and do nothing.
Right.
So you need to instead have a purpose in mind, a business and something going on, so that you can hire her. That way, she's only serving one master, which is the actual problem. She can't serve both, her job and you.
Hmm.
So you need to be able to replace her job,
Right.
be able to give her something to do, be able to give her something that's going to use those skills, allow her to be a part of growing that empire. Because if she's just sitting at home and all she has to do is just take the money from you, at a certain point, she's got to decide, am I just in this for the money or is it him?
Right.
Because she's getting a lot more of the money than you.
I agree too. I think that's I saw when the brother said, I wanted to mention that um he wrote that when I asked you the question, like
Mm-hmm.
what should a man do in that scenario. So I'll repeat the question. If a man is realizing that his 9 to 5 or his career is coming between his relationship, what should he do? I do think that is an option to ask the wife to help. Like, so this is him showing you, actively showing you he's trying to save this relationship. So help could be, not just you working, but it could also mean maybe you're budgeting, going through the budget and saying, okay, these are some things that we can live without, or you learning how to invest. So now you're saying this is what we can take what we have and we can bring it to here. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Without you working those 20 extra hours. So we can work on off of a 40-hour schedule, or I know Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. A lot of people don't necessarily talk about them. Some people don't like them, and they had their reasons. But Dwayne Wayne and Gabrielle Union, they found themselves in a situation where work was, and as you can imagine, one was a basketball player, one was an actor. Um, they found themselves in a place where their career was taking too much time, so they even took a break from each other,
Mm-hmm.
but they realized they wanted this to work. So they came up with a plan where they can actually be with each other and be in their career. So they had to come to a compromise. So I think it's just important to just reflect on your relationship, because some people may not even know. They may not even know that they're working too much, where it's affecting their relationship.
Mm-hmm. But I also think that this can't just be on the man either. Like you
Right.
can't just be like hey, complain, complain, complain. I don't think that's the solution. Like you got to offer something else,
Hmm.
because at the end of the day, if you married, it's rich or poor. So that's not an excuse to leave. That's not an excuse to say I don't want to do this no more. It's on you both to be able to find a solution. I think that's what's most
Facts.
important. Is if he's out on the trucks and that's what he loves to do, and you guys are making good money, The conversation may need to be, while you at home ain't got nothing to do but look at YouTube anyway, figure out how he can start his own trucking company, how he can have his own truck.
Well,
and then you can have that conversation with him, and that'll be able to meet the both in the middle. But you can't just dump it all on him and then blame him for things not going right, is my point.
yeah, that's facts.
If you want to say men don't just value us for our looks in our I don't know why I'm struggling to say this, but you know what I mean. Then you got to show more than that.
Right.
You got to be able to do more than that.
Right. Facts. We over here talking over the woman, but
I shared my part.
Okay, so there's another perspective. Oh, you know what? It's prime time. Let me be quiet before I get attacked.
Oh man, she set you up for that too.
She
waited till you got right in there. Was like,
she cued the music. I was about to bring up another perspective, but all right, it's prime time. I got to submit to the schedule.
Prime time, you guys. And Prime, what you got for us today?
All right, you can put it on the screen.
There you go.
All right.
I want to hear this.
Don't confuse a wedding for a promise.
You gotta explain.
Don't confuse a wedding for a promise. So here's the thing. I learned this from experience, and I've talked to quite a few other married couple, present company included. And I think part of the issue with marriage nowadays is that a lot of the women, and I think to the men, even maybe to a certain degree, are chasing that movie style Disney marriage. It's where they have this complicated coming together. They see there's butterflies, fireworks, passion, intrigue, all of these things. They finally find their way together. They have the altar. They have the best night of their life. And then the movie's over with, and we just assume that everything worked out. The reality is that the marriage isn't a promise. Like, you don't make those vows and then everything is going to go good because you made the vows. Every day you have to live up to those vows. And that started before you got married. The marriage is the commitment to saying that we are agreeing to do this moving forward. It's no different than, well, it's slightly different than if we decide we're going to go into partnership with a business. Because if you've ever seen a business separate, it is a complicated procedure. A lot of things have to be sorted out to figure out how two businesses can separate. The same thing with a marriage. And so that goes into, what is the man expecting in this marriage? Because you need to be able to articulate and you need to be able to communicate those things to the woman. In my personal experience, part of the reason my marriage didn't work out is because at the time I got married, I could not do those things. I had grown up under the impression that this is what men were supposed to do: get married, have a family. But no one ever told me what the man was supposed to get back. So it wasn't until we had went through the marriage and I had to learn and grow and figure out things that I liked and didn't like, that I was able to come up with those terms. But by that point, we had been so many years invested. And now what I was seeking in the marriage was not what this person had signed up to do. And how could I hold that person accountable for standards that I did not bring up at the very beginning?
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, keep going.
So to that point, and then on the woman's side is you also got to look at, what is it you are signing up for? What is the role you are actually wanting to do? Like, are you wanting to be in the house primarily? Are you wanting to just work and support? Because I think both of them can be fine. If you want to be a working woman for a stretch until you have children and then take care of the children and then go back to work, that can work. But it's got to be within the house. It's got to be within the system. You can't also want to be the head of household too. Because as I've said before, I don't believe that there's a place for a man inside of a woman's home if he's not the leader. The only other options are child and servant. And as a man, you don't want to be either.
I agree.
That's good. No, I think that is true. Being upfront in the beginning of marriage, because the vows that you made at the beginning is the vows that you have to upkeep and hold throughout, and I think that's really good. that sometimes I think sometimes people do have to understand because it's like one, I would love for every marriage to work,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes some people they don't grow at the same pace, basically, and you can't force anyone to do it. So it's
Right.
like, um, sometimes it's like it's better just to, you gotta know when to fold them, and let it go,
Right.
So it's like, hey, but I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing because a lot of times I think when we do get in marriages, we don't we don't understand the full picture
Mm-hmm.
of it. A lot of times, sometimes a lot of us don't come from marriage homes. I don't know if you
Right.
did, but a lot of people don't come from a home that is a marriage
Right.
that fun, so they don't know what to give. So it's just like you had the idea, oh, that's what you're supposed to do, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get in there and it's like, wait, so then you come into your own development, but they're not there. So it's like, it's better to just do that than force. I did really, I did like that. At first, I wanted to understand, like, what does that mean? A marriage is not a promise. What is he talking about? It's a marriage. You should be promised. But I, I kind of understand where you were going. So that was, I think that was some good insight on that because definitely, like for me and my husband, we went through several phases of our marriage where we both always been on the same page, which is a beautiful thing and something to be thankful for because a lot of people don't,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's why the friction, like a lot of friction, starts to come into
So when
place.
she said where there's been a lot of moments where we were all on the same page, what she mean was we went through a lot of
Adversity.
milestones, a lot of
Hmm.
paradigm shifts where we just like
Hmm.
completely, basically, I mean, who we are today, we weren't these people 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
but we moved together, and that is a fortunate. It is fortunate for us.
Yeah. So yeah.
I was listening to Anton Daniels, and he said that if you are basing off of your marriage or trying to partner select through love languages, you messing it up. He says the
Hmm.
ultimate factor in whether or not your marriage will be successful is your duress response. How do you respond to duress? How do you respond to when things go wrong?
You hit them like the woman in the water, but never mind.
Mm,
Keep
Never
going,
mind.
okay.
Brian. What are you
Mm.
saying?
So, and this was the guy who was like, I don't believe in domestic discipline. But
I don't. No,
uh,
I'm talking about though. Y'all said it wasn't domestic
hold
violence
on,
when the woman hit
hold
him.
on.
Oh,
Nikki said that.
you're
I
right.
said
You're
that
right.
I
You
would give
cleared it
y'all
up.
both away
You cleared it up.
by saying their relationship was over.
You're right.
And it's just regular assault.
You're right.
But so it's your duress response. So it's how are you able to communicate? How are you able to still be with that person when things aren't going well? Because if you measure your relationship based off of the honeymoon phase, then as soon as trouble strikes, that's when you're gonna see that real person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also said something else that was good too.
Thank you for
Um
noticing.
you said basically, I guess you didn't fully say this, but I was going to bring this point up
I'll
because
take
you
credit
said
anyway.
you said that, in the beginning you got to lay out exactly what you want,
Mm-hmm.
right? And which is true. And I think that's why it's important for women to figure out who they are before and what they want to give, because if you get in them, I know he would, that's why I say
I
you
didn't
didn't
know
say
you was
this.
gonna try that.
No, but I'm serious because if she knows where she is, that means she doesn't get in a marriage with a guy who wants a stay-at-home wife and wants a wife that helps with the business, but she wants to be a career woman. If she would have figured that out in the beginning, they would have never collided. That also means that the man needs to know exactly what he wants in the beginning too. Now we all are allowed room to develop and change our thought processes because we do, as people, we grow, we change our thought process and stuff like that. Now your morals probably won't change, but some things that you probably said when you were younger, you don't think like that anymore. So it's just like as time go on, we do change,
Mm-hmm.
but like just like the core things, we have to make sure we're mindful about that because I think if the woman can figure that out in the beginning and the man can figure that out in the beginning, we'll have a lot of more cohesive, and also just giving grace for change, not like drastic change, but you know,
I agree
some
with you.
grace. Thank you.
I stopped short of that women figure themselves out part because that's just such a very ambiguous thing to say, and it's like this journey that never ends. It's this road that goes to nowhere.
No,
But
that's not.
I do think you should be able to, at the very least, articulate your wants and needs.
Yeah,
And
the
so, if you
stuff you
can do
value.
that, that I agree with. But I think it's beneficial, and this is partially why dating later for women is kind of a sticky thing, is because I think a lot of that need to figure yourself out is because of that time you spent dating. And so, if you didn't have that experience dating, you wouldn't have need so much time to figure yourself out.
Yeah, but that's why I said if women get to know themselves first. I'm talking about because, like, one, we don't raise our kids to know themselves. One, that's one thing. We don't raise our kids to know who they are and who they are purpose to be or whatever, right? We don't raise our kids like that. A lot of times we send our kids off to school
Mm-hmm.
and they're in school and in school they're trying to go through a process of who am I, and they're going through different phases of being different people. But had if we teach our kids to one be themselves and to one spend a lot of more time with your kids because if you spend time with your kids you kind of know who they are, you kind of know their strengths, their weaknesses and stuff like that, so you can help develop them into that. But it's just like I think a lot of times people they go through you go through your whole high school year not even knowing like, dang, am I going to go to college? I don't know. I'm okay. What am I going to go to the army? I don't know. What am I going to do? I actually don't think I want to do any of those things. And then you go through college, dropping all these majors and picking up a new one, dropping it, and just like you go through that because you're confused. So
Well,
that's why
yeah,
people got
like
to spend time to know themselves. Who are you? Like at the core of everything, who are you?
see, you do it again. See, you just like go down this
No,
road where I can't follow you.
but men has to know
No,
that
no, no, no.
too.
You're right.
Hmm.
The men definitely have to know. It's the
Yeah,
woman part that I'm like,
but so you want a confused woman?
they're all confused.
Yeah, but at the same time, she's gonna agree with you. She's gonna be like, well, you know what? I don't think I want a sister wife.
No, so I get what he's saying. Like,
Okay, come on,
so I get what he's
help
saying.
him out. Help
So
a brother
it's
out.
depending on how your your relationship is modeled. If you want a man to lead, then if you spend so much time trying to figure out who you are, and you come to the table, it's gonna be harder for him to lead you because you have already figured out this is what I want to do, this is who I'm gonna be. Um, so it can give a lot of pushback and make it really hard for that man to lead.
Yeah, but
Because I gotta cater to how you operate. And the way you operate may not be one the most conducive for you, but definitely not the most conducive for us.
yeah, and that
Whereas if you
means
don't have that stuff, you much more comfortable with, okay, well, if this is what you want me to do, I'm gonna do that.
that just means you're probably not the right person. Because obviously we don't our past on the line. That's what I'm saying.
But
You
here, but
because a lot of women what they do is they settle. They settle for guys. They say, you know what, I guess, they try to fit themselves into the mold of that man, and that's really not them.
they
A
not
lot of women
settling.
do.
That's the best they can do.
No, they're not. No, I'm just saying women, they do that.
They
Women
passed up on the guy that they were supposed to get with
no,
while they was hot, while they was sexy, while they was out there in the streets, while they
no,
was playing the game. They passed up on the guy they was supposed to get with.
no, women
Now they got to pick of what's left.
no, women, we want companionship. And sometimes just like some women they'll stick with somebody abusive just because they desire companionship, and that's what they know and they've been with that person for a long time, so it's just
But it's
like
more than just a companionship, be honest.
no, I'm just saying women we do that. I'm a woman, I'm telling you, that's what women do.
That's facts, but I mean that's different though. That's different. Like he's not saying come into a relationship with no standards at all.
Yeah,
You know,
that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying come with core things that you know. I'm
yeah,
not saying you have to have your whole life figured out. I'm not saying you want to do this and that and da da da. Like I'm just saying, know the core things so that
Right.
you can know that when you find a man, like, you know what, that's the right man to lead me because I feel like we align. I feel like I can help his vision. So
Now that
that's
I
what
agree
I'm
with.
saying. You know,
That to
that's what
that
I'm
point,
saying.
I can agree with you on.
Right.
Is when you go down the other part. You need to know what's deep inside here, and it's like, yeah, nah,
I get the fear because there's so many women who, like I mentioned earlier in the show,
that are crazy.
it's a lot of women. I wouldn't about to say crazy, but
He was thinking.
it's a lot of women who are like career driven, and those same women are saying, they're trying to find themselves, and you know, 30 years later, they're 50 years old
They still
and
ain't found him.
they're still single. So I mean, we love our sisters enough to address the issue. Um, but thank you for tuning in to KBOB 89.9. You are tuned in to the Black Love Club. And we're thankful to have you guys here. But remember, Black women, we
We
love
love you.
you.
And black men, we love you. And black child, you are golden. So until next time, you guys, peace.
Peace.
Man, she get